You have the legal right to change your hospice. That is guaranteed by the federal government. If you are within a hospice that is not meeting your needs, you may change to a different hospice. That is guaranteed. Secondly, the hospice has the right to fire you if you do not do what they say you do. They are required, excuse me, by federal law to give you a 48-hour notice that they are going to fire you, to let you have a chance to get another hospice in place. That is a federal law. If they violate that, they are violating federal guidelines under Medicare, and they can be held accountable. You have the right to read a copy of your medical chart. And I read my medical chart. I read my medical chart, and I thought, who's that? Who's that person they're talking about? I was slandered, defamed, and it was horrible how I was browbeaten. They kept telling me, you're suicidal. I said, I'm not suicidal. I want to live. I want to complete my, what people call the bucket list. I had a project. I was lucky enough to get out of that Catholic hospice, and I swear I will never step foot in another Catholic hospital or hospice. I swear that. I got another hospice. I am very grateful to them. Their name is Interim. I-N-T-E-R-I-M. I kind of look at it as intermediate. I have had my life journey, and now I'm in the intermediate phase, holding, ready to go on to my next journey. It was the first time anyone ever asked me, what do you want to do with your remaining time on this earth? Is there any project you need to finish? Any spirituality you need? What do you want with your time? And I was able to complete my bucket list. Praise God. I was not able to do that with the Catholic hospice because they had their agenda for me. And their agenda for me was to suffer, even though they'll tell that's not the way it is. There was a tremendous amount of suffering because they believed, and they come out with statements about how Christ was on the cross and suffering, and you need to suffer to make it to heaven, etc., etc. If they want to believe that way, fine. Everyone should have the right to have their own God. That is not my concept. I don't want it pushed on me. People, take back your freedom. Notify the federal government you want a change in hospice. If hospice says you're not cooperating and they fire you, be aware you have your 48-hour notice, or you can report them to the federal government. Take back the right of individual freedom. If you have to leave this country and go to Switzerland, reclaim your soul. Americans, we are free as a people of heart and soul. Our soul belongs to the individual and to God. Let each person seek God as one wants to seek God. If one doesn't want to seek God, that's their own belief system. But let us please have our freedom. This is called self-directed. Do you hear me? Self-directed medical aid in dying. No doctor's going to run out to your house and push a pill down your throat. You self-administer your own medication when you feel it is right to go back to God. The interesting thing they have found about this, people actually live longer. And a lot of times don't even use this prescription because it is so comforting knowing it is there when it is needed. I don't want to call it a natural death, dying from cancer, but they just die naturally. Their life has come to an end. But I cannot tell you the mental peace of mind knowing that that medication was there. And I praise God for Dignitas for letting me have that, because I was thinking it, for some reason, there it was in my medicine cabinet, but my medicine cabinet was clear across the ocean. So I did not make that trip. But yet, I have tried to do the best I can with what the situation is. I was able to get out of that Catholic hospice. I am not suffering in pain now. It's under manageable pain. I have pain, but it is manageable. I completed my bucket list. I am at peace with my God as I perceive my God to be. And I do so much wish this country will let us have freedom of religion once again for the individual. The Catholic churches and hospices, hospitals, that is big money. Now, they do their charity work, but so do Protestant churches, so do other organizations. They take write-offs on what they do on charity. It is very individual. Stand up for your constitutional right. Call Medicare if you feel you're being abused. You have the right to change hospices. You have the right to have a different doctor. They also have the right to fire you. But you have 48 hours guaranteed by the federal government to get another hospice in place. What I dislike about the Catholic hospitals is they do not inform you, what's called informed consent. A patient is supposed to be aware of what options are available. They won't tell you that because that's against their religious belief. I would respect them if they would say, I cannot tell you you have that option because that's against my belief system. That I would respect. But I do not respect someone trying to impose their religious belief upon me. Because if I were to do that to them, that would make me just what they are. And I do not want to be one of them. I want to believe in individual freedom. So I will close this with saying, God bless the country of Switzerland, and the flag of Switzerland right up there will be going to my grave with me. God bless the organization of Dignitas for giving me back my dignity. God bless Switzerland, God bless Dignitas, and hopefully God will be able to bless the United States of America again with individual freedom of religion. Thank you, fellow Americans.